What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about this thing. This is the Wolf Athletics Tektonic defensive head. I just took it out of the box, and I dig it. I mean, this is a good looking head. Um, I'm excited to be back making videos, so let's go. All right, before we get started on the Tektonic, I just want to shout out a couple companies who sent me stuff asking if I could either wear their stuff in a video or give them a shout out. They didn't want a whole review. And I'm like, yeah, but that was like 6 months ago, and then the world went to hell and it just didn't happen. So I apologize to a couple companies. One of them is Sporting Faith. Sporting Faith makes, I'm guessing, just crosses, but with different sport themes. This one is lacrosse sticks. I'm not a religious guy at all, but I am fascinated by religion. I studied religion in college, religious studies and philosophy, switched to business midway through my junior year. I was like, okay, I got to make some money in life, so switched. But still, still read a lot about religion. I'm fascinated by religion. Anyway, so I'm not religious, but I respect religion. I respect other people's beliefs, whatever. That being said, I did wear a cross for a while in high school. Normally, growing up and most of my life, I've worn a Mjolnir, a Thor's hammer, because I'm of Scandinavian descent on both sides, like through and through. I really kind of leaned into all the Viking thing. But I found a crucifix skating one day with my friends, and it was a cool one. So I put it on. I'm like, hey, check out my T. My name starts with T, so I thought that was funny. It's really not, but whatever. But if your name starts with T, or you're Christian, Catholic, or like crosses, this is a cool one. So I really like the design of it. I've seen other crucifix lacrosse sticks, just like maybe like cross sticks like this. It doesn't really work out, but the design on this one is very cool. So that's that. The other one is Logang. Logang is I believe they're an apparel company only at this point, and they're probably a Tackman, because they like low pockets. They're kind of, the whole thing is kind of the low gang. They use low pockets, which that's pretty cool. This one is teal in a medium. I think it's teal. I don't know. My lights are all over the place with colors. Good design, kind of a modern t-shirt design look. This is a medium, so that's not for me. Here's their other logo on light blue. Good stuff. Simple, clean. If you're an attackman, you like the low pockets, go check out Logang. I'm not sure if they have a website, but they definitely have an Instagram. I will put it in the description, maybe up here. And then Sporting Faith. I don't remember what this costs, but it was reasonable. Came with the chain. I will put the link in the description. And that's it. Go check those out. All right, so the Tektonic is Wolf Athletics' new head, or newest head. I'm not sure. It was announced quite a while ago, and then I don't know if it was put on hold, or I heard that they had to do some retooling, some issues. And then with the whole pandemic thing, I'm sure everything got pushed back. But I think it's officially out now, or else it's coming out very soon. They also sent it with this Trident mesh. Trident mesh is the next step from their Aura mesh, which I really liked. In this stringing kit, it's got the Trident mesh, Spectra sidewall, so they still have the Spectra sidewalls, shooters, and a ball stop. It's probably this new WA ball stop. That's one of the things I noticed. This ball stop doesn't do anything for me. It seems kind of boring. I liked the old white and teal one that said Wolf. This one's all right, especially if your initials were WA. Walter Annenberg. This one's for you. So it's got another ball stop in there. I'll string it up at some point during this video. Maybe not during, but I'll pause it and go string it up. But first I want to talk about this head. So this is a defensive head. And if this were a decade ago, that pinch, width, everything, you wouldn't call this a defensive head. This is kind of what heads look like, right? A little broader, a little bigger, but narrow enough to play some offense. And it's light. It's light. for a defensive, and this thing's stiff. It's 165 grams and stiff. Like, you could absolutely use this wherever you want on the field. And I say that about a lot of heads. And the truth is, you could go to like Play It Again Sports, buy a $2 head from a decade ago or more. It's kind of warped and, you know, just a mess, and you could play good lacrosse with it. But the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, it's geared toward defense because it's very stiff. I mean, oh my gosh, poke checks with this would hurt. I can't warp the scoop at all, like for pokes. I'm also not very strong. It's a really flat scoop, which I love. I love a flat scoop. I think, especially on a defensive head, you know, because you're coming in for ground balls with this at the end of a 6-foot pole, and, you know, sometimes you're jammed up, sometimes you're stretching out, you know, arm length +6. I find a flat head is a lot easier because it doesn't really matter where you come in. Now, those pointed heads with the side little spots, those are also good for ground balls at an angle. But for me personally, and it's probably because it's what I played with when I was younger, more flat, it just seems to work better for me. This is a nice looking scoop. And I love the flat. The sidewalls are kind of just a zigzag shape with the struts. Strong, very strong. You're not going to warp this thing, I don't think. 17, I believe 17. I'm not going to count them. 17 sidewall holes. Actually really small. I like the number 17. I don't think you need more than 17. 17 will give you any pocket you want. But these sidewall holes, even the very top ones, they're narrow. You'll be able to get a double tie off in here. You'll be able to go through twice. But it could be tight. You may need pliers to get it through. If you've got aglets, you may need to cut those off and retip it to a point. You know, but that's not the end of the world. You're definitely your knots are gonna be locked in because the angle of the sidewall holes. Hopefully, I remember to take a picture so you can see it up close. Your knots are you pull them down and they're gonna sit right in that low corner. A little tight for leathers, but you could do it in the top string holes. 2 screws in the back, which is pretty standard nowadays. Stiff though, man, stiff and light. This is a great defensive head. I mean, I already know they've gotten a new jewel, which is really nice looking. Try to put a picture here. I keep saying that, but a lot of times I get in, I start editing it, I'm like, oh man, I didn't take any little B-roll or photos, but whatever. It's super nice looking. It's like it's elevated. It sticks out from the head quite a bit. Shiny, like plastic chrome and red. Really good looking. I'm surprised at how much it sticks off because I think a couple checks. I'm sure it's on with, yeah, inside the throat. There's no little anchors, little pieces that, what do you call those? I can't remember what you call them, but they stick through and then kind of anchor the thing to the thing. There's none of those, so that means it's on with probably 2-sided tape. Which can be very sticky, but I have a feeling this will pop off. You know, maybe not, because some of that 3M 2-sided tape is so sticky. Man, there's no movement, but I mean, you know, coming down on another stick, hitting it right. It'll be interesting to see if this can withstand the force of the game and stay in there. It sure is nice looking. Man, that's a good looking head. I really like that jewel. All right, so I have not strung a lacrosse head in, I don't know, 6 months, maybe more. So I am going to take this Trident mesh and I'm going to go see if I am able to string a head. Could be terrible. I'm not going to do it more than once. If it comes out bad, that's all right. All right, guys, I'll be back in the blink of an eye. All right, I'm back. It's all strung up. Strung up really nice. It's like a mid pocket. You know, I'm still of the belief that high pockets in defensive heads, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I get it. I get why some people would do it, but it doesn't really, the math doesn't really check out for me. So, I like a mid pocket. It could even be low, if a pole's got some handles and, he needs to really seat the ball in there. As long as it's got a good channel for long clearing passes, upfield, crossfield, whatever, I think, then you'll get your accuracy. The difference between getting a ground ball quickly with a high pocket versus a mid pocket, I don't think it's even calculable. I don't think you could figure it out. So everyone's got their theories about high pockets for D heads. I don't think it's just never really been my thing. Strung up really easy, strung up real nice. Really like this Trident mesh. Feels good. Feels it's light, but it's stiff. It's gonna hold shape. I really like the way it feels. It's got the performance mesh, the poly mesh. They usually coat it with I think it's some kind of latex coating. When I took it out, I was like, ooh, it's a thick latex coating, which I usually don't like. As soon as I stretched it and got it ready to string, felt awesome. Definitely some good texture to it. It's a nice mesh. Really like it. And then what are they called? Spectra? The Spectra sidewalls. I forgot how much I like this string. It feels weird. It's different. It's definitely something that, all other sidewall strings don't feel like. And it almost feels like when you first feel it, you're like, that's not going to hold. My knots are going to slip as I'm stringing. It feels like that. It feels kind of slick. But it's amazing as you're pulling through, like say you're doing an SI and you come back up and pull it down. If for whatever reason you have to let go, normal sidewall slips back. You lose your tightness. And this one, you pull it down without a knot or anything, and it'll just sit right where you left it. And maybe it's also these sidewall holes. It could be. But I kind of remember thinking that about the Spectra sidewall strings in the past too. Really nice shooter. Like the whole stringing kit. Big fan of it. Not a bad string job. It's not my best, but it's also been 6 months. Oh man, and it hurt. I have not been stringing, so the calluses are gone. That pinky right there, man. Should have taped it up. But anyway, overall, this is awesome. Big fan of this head. This is, and I always say, well, you could use it for everywhere on the field. I wouldn't use it as an offensive player. I wouldn't use it as an attackman. Middies could use it. Two-way middies probably. You don't need. You need an offensive geared head a little more than you need a defensive geared head as a two-way midi, because you can, a offensive head can play defense. You'd be fine with it. If you're a D midi, something like that, a D midi who has stick skills, and your coach may be like, yeah, stay on, play some offense. This you can 100% play offense with that. Give it a good channel, string it up nice. It's narrow enough that your hold isn't going to be compromised. Stiff enough that when you have to get back on D and deal some damage, you're going to do just that. Really impressed with it. Nice head. Nice job, Wolf. I'm glad to see that you guys are kind of expanding and doing position-specific heads, because that's always fun. A kid who loves his position, it's fantastic to be able to buy gear. Not just a kid, anybody. Buy gear that's specific to that position, that's geared for you. It's awesome. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're on, you're getting the right thing. All right, guys, so that's it. Go check this out at Wolf Athletics. I think it's $97.99 is the price. Really sweet head. I dig it. Go check out Sporting Faith. I think it's sportingfaith.com. Buy one of these. In whatever sport, they've got a bunch of different sports. Bats and oars and hockey sticks. And, I don't know if they have all those, but I know they have lacrosse sticks, and that's all that really matters. Good Christmas present right there. Also, go check out Low Gang. It's good to be back. Missed you guys. Try to make more videos. Go check out Wolf. Go check out Low Gang. Go check out Sporting Faith. And I will see you next video.